Howdy everyone, and welcome to the stream. I thought the channel was going to remain inactive. I just posted a couple weeks ago. How y'all doing? All right. Today we're going to be drawing some cave stuff. I've been trying to work with some cave stuff here lately. Because if you play the demo, then you go into the caves, and this is going to be the entry point into the sort of subterranean level. And so we're going to I want to create some enemies today. Out of here, right? Welcome to the stream. So I want to create some critters. We have these little mouse people. These are a faction. They're a neutral faction, sort of like the Sprouts. And we're going to be creating the predators. And so we have to design that today. I have no references, so we'll have to get that as we go along. Let's see. Rather lurking, but consider that chat presence. Great channel, push me great toward game dev. Nice to know. Good luck with your game dev, bud. Okay, so a lot of stuff has been happening since the last devlog. I'll run y'all through that right quick. So off the top of my head, is the audio on the left side? It's been a while since I've streamed. That's unfortunate if it's only on the left side. Why would that happen? Oh, come on now. Alright, I'll look into it right quick. I don't know why. Oh, I have this new interface and I hope it's not it. No, it shouldn't be the screen positioning. Oh, annoying. I wonder if that's why my audio is really quiet. No, I did the streaming with the oh. Make good background images, yeah. A lot of people like to watch the stream and stuff. I'll put this up. And I'll just flip it onto over. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I'll look at that in a second. I want to get started with this and then we'll take a peek. So in the last video I really need to look into it. That's really annoying. No, I can see it actually here. I don't know how to what if I what if I do everything? No, it won't. That'll just make me sound like, oh, come on now. I really don't want to mess with this right now. I might just pull up my old interface. Let me do that right quick. Oh, I'm gonna sit. Well, yeah, let me try that right quick. Alright, what about that? There is a demo of the original one, yes. Okay, yeah, that's my new interface, and I'm glad y'all figured it out, because it means it's been on one side this entire time. And like I recorded that last video with it. But let me get that demo for you right quick. I need to get a command for it, because it's probably going to get asked about it a bit. There we go. Where's that? Okay, that's settled. So, lots of stuff. In the last video, I briefly mentioned the blacksmithing and item crafting that's going to happen, right? Now, and I showed a bit of it off, but it was sort of like a rough implementation. It was just sort of like the visuals of it. But I properly did that. We have we'll get to that in just a second. And so yeah, so like we actually have it to where you can craft the item and the item have properties to it. And we added well, I added this pickaxe thing. So like with a typical pickaxe, it takes like 3 hits, 1, 2, 3 to break that. With this one right here, it'll take 2. So got all that stuff, and it's based on the item that is actually like the stats of the materials used to make the item. So like if I say we have this, it's called a weird name. It's like a pickaxe head magium. The idea with magium is that it's sort of like a magic infused item. It's gonna be good for mages. Like, so if you want to make like a mage armor kind of thing, the idea is it'll give you magical bonuses, and then we can give ourselves I'm gonna guess here and so you can go into this crafting station here. Oh, I can't do it here. I don't have it implemented yet to do it here, but the idea is that you'll click on that and you'll put those in there, and it'll craft the item. I did draw this pixel. I did draw this pixel art. Thank you very much. I've drawn everything. This is a solo project that I'm working on myself, and so everything has been done by me. And so I did that, and then we have what I'm excited for, and what the next video is probably going to be about, if it's not what we're going to be doing today. We have the armors here, and this is really cool. And this is going to look weird because this inventory is different from the actual inventory. I have to fix that, but work with me here. We have different armors that we can put onto our characters. So like if you put on this chest plate, you'll get a chest plate. You put on this hat, get this little helmet, and then you can put on like these leather greaves. You get the little boots. And the shirt it looks even sillier now, but like I gotta figure out what's up with that. But yeah, that's the idea. You should be able to take that off. I had some issues earlier with taking stuff off, but yeah, the movement looks so much more fluid now than when I see it live. Thank you. I'm not sure why, but I'm very curious as to why that would be the case. I also found this project quite interesting, even though it came right after the end of the tutorial series. Hope you managed to complete and publish this because it looks hella fun. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna be busting ass to get this done. I'm excited for it. This is very, very sentimental project to me. Really like the art style changed ever. Colors do a lot more work now. Looks great. I got a dip. GG everyone. Take care, but I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. As I'm learning to do art and stuff, I'll get better at the colors and stuff. The art style. Like you can see, it's like just a gradual change ever since I first started. Because like when I first started, what, a year or something ago on the original project, like I was just getting my fingers into the whole art thing. So we're learning as we go, and it's a process, and I'm really happy with how it's going. Oh, cheese crafting as well. So I've been working on all the crafting stuff, really. So the cheese crafting mechanic, we talked about this before in the dev vlog. People seem to be interested in it. So you get like milk, rennet powder, and ice crystals. Like this will be various other materials and stuff. Oh no, are the armor plates individual sprite animations? I hope not. That would make it so time consuming to make. I will talk about that in just a second, buddy. It's easier than you would think. So yeah, we can open this up and we can put in our milk and our rennet powder, and that'll make basic cheese. And you know, that'll probably be like a healing item or something like that. And then we can add these ingredients to it that affect the output. And so we can get that. And so the idea is you'll be able to craft it different things. Like imagine ice crystals would probably give you like an ice resistance. If you add in some kind of like some kind of pungent thing to make like an aura, it'll give it an aura effect so that it would deal ice damage around you. That's the general thinking here. Like it's going to have a lot of different effects, and how you combine your different items is going to and modifiers is going to modify the how that works. Do you use the drawing tablet when you're working on Pixel? I do use the drawing tablet. Yes, cheese crafting is already implemented. This is what I've been that's what I worked on like right after that last video. And yeah, so it's already implemented the basics of it, the foundation. It doesn't do anything. Like if I take this cheese item, I don't even know if it heals me. And I think that might get rid of it. I gotta store that inventory. But I don't think I don't think eating it heals anything. No. So yeah, I've got to get the. I mean, the foundation is there though. It's already from the items because it is an item. I just have to be like, if you eat this, this happens, and then I have to determine that based on the ingredients that has it. But this should be a really easy thing to do because that was one of the things I spent a lot of time on last time. Because if I look here and we go into data, items, I think, and the components or crafting. Oh, it's here somewhere. Give me a second. Here. There's a cheese component. And so we have that. And we have the effects. And so we just have to assign the effects and it should automatically work. I just don't have any effects put onto it. So that's what we were doing. Go ahead and trees dimmer. What about cheese? It makes you smell like cheese. Okay. Anyhow. Yeah, well, that's really well implemented. Like a lot of the crafting stuff, it all links together. It's sort of the it has the same foundation, which is really nice. Because I don't have to do a whole bunch of things. I can just I can have this component, and then I have I have to look at it, but I have other components as well. It's sort of the same concepts. They just sort of play off of each other. So that's that. Yes. Now this is less exciting. Still very cool. I'm very happy with it. It's also item loot tables that I've been working on, and I've been doing it because as you can see, I've been working a lot with resources here lately. If I go, it would be loot tables here, and so like the armor one earlier, we've seen that. Like I can set the items here, and then there's some modifications here, and then you can have other ones. That like this one, where you get stone and iron ore, but it's sort of like a random thing. Like sometimes you might be using all of them. Imagine this like a shop. You go to open a shop, you might get a chance to get some metals. You might get a chance to get some gems. You know, some other resources and stuff. So that's going to use this, and so I can just quickly add in new items and just add them in there. It's really cool. Okay, and what else would you do? Is this strawberry mixed with Stardew Valley? No. It's... I really don't like to call it Stardew Valley because it really... When I think of Stardew Valley, I think of just sort of like a more casual game where you just, you go to a farm, you go tend to animals and stuff like that. There's that in it, but it's not a unique concept to games. Like a lot of RPGs will have things like fishing and farming mechanics and stuff like that. Now it does lean, it's sort of like, it leans more in that direction. Like I'm wanting to give you options in that regard, but to its core, this is primarily an RPG. Like, with a lot of world building, a lot of lore, quests that you can do. And I say quests, I don't like personally, I don't like to say it because it's more of like, it's not like, go and do this thing. It's more like you encounter things in the world. So you might be exploring the woods when you discover this colored chalk in the sort of floating around. And what is that? You go and you might as you explore the woods, you might figure it out. That kind of thing. It's not so much as like a quest board or a thing over somebody's head. Go and do this. That is exactly right. It's an RPG. With some sim stuff into it, and the Sims is a big inspiration as well because you can actually see the I had this hidden in the and I should say this. I'm not guaranteed this will be in here. It's something I would like to do. Why is it taking so long? Anyhow, you've probably seen the this here for anybody that was paying attention. The energy and rest stuff. It's something that I had a long time ago. I want it. And maybe it'll be an optional thing. It's sort of, think of it like a survival mode in like Fallout, New Vegas, or I think Skyrim added a survival mode recently. So that's sort of the thinking here. Like it's sort of like it's an RPG, big fireworks, lights. This is an RPG, and it's like off to the side. Like, but there's also some sim stuff that you can do. Like if you wanna do some blacksmithing, you wanna tend to some animals, you can do that too. But this is an RPG. So yeah, that's something I don't think I got across too well in that last video because I was you know, I don't know. It's hard to show the RPG stuff. But with that in mind, yeah, it's an RPG. So, as part of the RPG, we're going to be building a lot of different races and stuff like that. Factions, things that you can interact with. And one of those factions is these little mouse people here. They're in the caves, and you'll interact with them. They're neutral at first, and then you can maybe build up a relationship with them over time. Okay, this is the thumbnail version. I had to move things around. This is where we are here. And so we are wanting to draw... Now, this is a neutral faction. You don't have to fight them, but we do want to have their predators. So that's what we're doing today. So I need to get some references before we start. And so we'll do that together. Now, here's what I'm thinking. And y'all feel free to help me design this as well, because I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. I want to do something kind of dog-like. Like the little mouse men? Yeah, I think the mouse men are going to be good. They're going to be a very skeptical faction. I think they'll play really nicely into the cheese thing, too. Like, maybe they make cheese sacrifices to their god. Religion is going to play a thing in here, too. Like, I'm a world builder. I like to build worlds. I like to design this kind of stuff. And this is why it's a very sentimental thing to me, because this is a world that I have been building ever since I was 12 years old. I wanted to be an author when I was 12 years old. And so I built up this world, and it has been ever evolving ever since then. It's constantly changing. I'm constantly adding new things. And so this is me finally being able to make that. And it's still changing. I'm still adding new things. And so, like, we're going to be playing a lot with that. Like the cursed dreamer. Maybe the mice have their own gods. That kind of thing. Hollow Knight uses a nail as his main weapon. Maybe the mouse people should have a unique weapon like nails and toothpicks. I feel like they would make them feel more special. We could do that. We could look into that. That's something cool. Love it. Love your passion and vision. Well, thank you very much. That's a cool idea. I'm going to pull up my Evernote. Oh, did I close it? Or did it close it? No, here it is. Here it is. And so we have these notes here. I'll be taking these notes as we come up with stuff. So, maybe the mice should have unique weapons. What kind of unique weapons would they have? Like, because I really like the idea of the big giant spear for these mice. But I can see having something different. We'll say like a speared nail, like a nail spear. Howdy Codex, what's up, bud? Can you show the sprite customization process? Are you using huge sprite sheet for animals? Okay, yes. Good, thank you for asking, CZ. I wanted to touch on that because somebody had mentioned it earlier that it was going to be a complicated thing. It's not. It's really, really cool. Watch this. Watch this. It's going to blow your mind. It blew my mind when I figured out I could do it. Helmet. Leather helmet. Here. Nope, that's the old one. It's still the same concept. There. Leather helmet. Let me open this up. Here, you can see it here. That is the helmet. Let me pull it in sprite. You can't see it there. Boop. That is the helmet. That's what I have to draw. There's the leather helmet. Oh, I didn't show this one. Hold on. Is it a democratic game? I would vote +1 for the mice having needle as a weapon. It's not a democratic game, but it is built with the help of your suggestions. This is the thing we do. Like, that's why I love streaming this game. We talk about it. I go, cool, I like that. Let's add that. I have the final say. So it's not a democratic game per se, but I love your feedback. I love adding the things that y'all talk about. So partially democratic, but I am the arbiter. If that's the word for it. So, but I also made another armor set that I completely forgot to show off, which was I just have it called Overlord right now. I don't know why. And it doesn't have its own icon yet. And it doesn't have its own greaves yet, so we have to use iron greaves. But yeah, watch this. Pretty cool stuff. And it's to show you the sort of my idea for character customization. I don't want to just do, your common stuff. I want to do some maybe your character is not the nicest person, kind of thing. So there's that. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, even for that, that's the sprite for that. Like, that's all I have to draw. I have. Now there is an asterisk. I don't know. One of those. There is one of those, and it's that I have to draw the legs. I have to draw each frame of the legs, which is annoying. But for the head stuff, the shirt stuff, I don't have to draw that. I just have to draw one frame. And what happens, and I have the different ones. And then what I do is I just stamp it over there. So I've got like some metadata in a JSON that says the player's head has moved up one frame or one pixel. The player's head has moved down one pixel. The player's head has moved to the right one pixel. Whatever. And I just go, okay, we'll just plop, 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 and I keep stamping it down, and it generates the sprite sheet for it. So if I open up the player here, we have that's our traditional player, and if I say, as you can see here, the whole purpose of this is to show off that we have a sprite sheet there. You can't really see it. What if I do this? Doesn't help anything. So there, but yeah, it's a full sprite sheet. And then, this might change, we'll have to see. But then I can just go, player no close. It didn't work, because there was a bug for some reason. About that. Nope, yeah, well there's a bug in it for some reason. Not when the game works, because I can see that the player that stuff is working, but whatever. It builds a new sprite sheet based on all that stamping. So it just plop, 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 plops it down everywhere I need it. Now, the thing is, the way it is now, I can't animate. Oh, I can. I just have to go through the process of defining it in the metadata, which I'm not going to do right now. So, like, Hero pointed out in the Discord one time that the cape for the Overlord stuff, it doesn't really sway back and forth, and it kind of looks stuck to his back. And as of right now, that's going to be the case. Because I'm not going to go through and be like, you know, I could be like the cape, animate this frame here, and then you stamp that one down instead. You know, I'm not about that life right now. Okay. So the middle sprite for the helmet is just reversed if he looks the other way. Right now it is reversed. I plan to do a left sprite because some things are not going to be symmetrical. Imagine a hairstyle with a pigtail on one side. I would want to flip it back and forth, but for now, yeah. For now, the right side is just the left side flipped. It's not even like in the sprite sheet. It'll probably be in the sprite sheet later, and all that's just going to be is me adding that extra step. But for now, even in the engine itself, it gets flipped. Okay, back to what we came here for. That was a really long. A lot of stuff has happened. That's not even everything that I've done. That's just part of it. But yeah, that's the main thing, and that's probably what the next video is going to be about. But the reason I want to do this is because I want to have some some new areas, some new visual content for the videos, because I don't have a lot right now, and it was a struggle to get that last video out because there's so little content. So I'm wanting to make some other areas. We'll probably do some other stuff later too, because there's another one I'm working on. Here, I think it's here, and yeah, and so here's a glimpse into the Nightmare room. If you've played the demo, you know that the cursed dreamer, he is potentially awakening, and this is the realm that he has been cursed to, and so this is his realm, his dimension or whatever, and we get to go here, and so there's that. Spoopy. Howdy, Gene. Mixed Games. Welcome to the stream. I'm excited that you're back working on the game. I'm currently working on a side-scrolling MMO reminiscent of old-school MapleStory. How do you come up with interesting enemies? Oh, that's more of a practice thing, really. Like, one is with the help of y'all. Y'all help me out a lot in that regard. But also, like, just a lot of practicing. Like, it's a skill that you learn, just like anything else. Creativity, in my opinion, is a skill that you can learn. Okay, because when I started out, for those that don't know, I started out doing tutorials several years ago. And the reason that I started doing tutorials is because I felt like I wasn't really creative enough. I had a hard time coming up with ideas and stuff. And so I started doing tutorials because you don't have to be creative in tutorials. You can do you can do very generic things with tutorials, and that's fine. And so over time, I started doing game jams and sort of training that process of being creative. And so here we are. Now, granted, I was somewhat creative as a child. I liked to draw a lot when I was younger, and like to tamper with things. So I have a bit of a boost in that regard. But I still think it's something that can be trained regardless. A good practice I find for that is to just just sit down and try to create out stuff. Get feedback from some people. Just go from there. So we're gonna go with we need a good search term for Pinterest to get some ideas going. Like I said, I want to do something like kind of dog-like. Let me look. There's one thing that I can I'm sort of thinking of. We can use it for inspiration to at least convey like what I'm thinking of. If I can find it. Here, I think this will be it. I don't see it. Oh well. I'm not gonna. There, it should be here. Should be here. There. Here we go. So this little guy right here, I'm thinking something like that, a little more like probably 4 legs. So maybe something more like see if there's anything here like it. Maybe something like that, except for maybe shoulders hunched, perhaps. But yeah, that's what we're thinking here right now. Oh, let me. Looks like a dog rabbit. Something like that, yes. It's a very interesting animal. I love that it looks like it's drooling. Sorry about that. Oh, hello, witchy success in your game endeavor. Well, thank you. Random word generator is your friend? Well, I don't want something random, though. I have a goal in mind. I'm just trying to think of a word to sort of push me in that direction. So what I'm going to say is, whoops. What I'm going to say is magical dog. 0 results. Oh, wait, no, that's my pins. I was about to say, to be sure, somebody has done a magical dog before. This is some really cute stuff, though. But we want something a little more beast-like. These are very cute. And I'm not thinking like a dog. I'm thinking more like a wolf, maybe. Not like a wolf, though. It's hard. I really don't know the words to describe this. What if I say cave beast? Okay, this is really close to what I have in mind. Except for furry, I think. But those proportions, like big, broad shoulders with the back sort of down a little bit, that's really good. I'm going to open that up, see if we can get anything else like that. The thing about Pinterest, you got to get the ball rolling before you can start pulling out really good stuff. And once you click on that, you can start to narrow it down. This is a good one for something really big. Like maybe they have variations on this thing, and so we could have like a brutish one, like an ogre, but not an ogre, but like, you get what I mean. This looks really cool in general. Not really what I'm going for, but that would be good to use for something later, maybe. Some kind of like nature-like thing would be really cool. Okay. I think we might go with that. Just start sketching some ideas down. All right, let's go for it. because I don't see anything else. Some of them could have rocky skin for camouflage. Yeah, we could do that. So I see mice. What in the shape? What? Oh, what? Oh, in that shape. What? Oh, I'm not sure what you mean. I've seen one of those Stranger Things show. It's called Dart, and I have to tell you, I did not like it at all. Monster Hunter. Also, Monster Hunter. Ooh. Let's look at Monster Hunter. I have never played Monster Hunter. It seems like something I would probably enjoy. But it seems like something they would have. Ooh. Getting a lot of That's not it. I don't know what I searched for. Is that like a show or something? Jeez. Oh well, it's a game. It's probably what I'm seeing here. Maybe, perhaps. Monsters. Let's add a monsters to that. Monster Hunter monster. I'll pull this back up. Something like this is cool looking. I don't know what kind of head I want to do. That's a good question. I was thinking something sort of flat. Big eyes. Oh, maybe big eyes. I also would like to do some kind of flying mount for the mice. I think that would be fun. I was thinking, I don't know what yet though. Had an idea earlier about like some kind of maybe flying fish. That would be interesting. Okay. Anyway, let's get started. Sorry, Catwolf. Keyboard changes word order. Oh. Okay. Try mixing an alligator, shark, and a bear. I'm not thinking of an alligator, though. I'm not thinking of a shark. Bear would be good. In fact, I'm trying to get started, but we'll look up a bear. A bear is a really good reference to have. Let's go with fantasy bear. See what any ideas we get with that. Like this is cool looking. Looks like a friendly bear though. Maybe we can have a friendly bear. Now I want to be clear that I don't want to do a bear. It was something I was talking about in my Discord and I was streaming the mice. Is that with me doing the mice like this, I want to do something very dramatically different. Sort of something of my own creation, because I don't like to do a lot of generic things. Like I want to make it unique so that we're not just using a bunch of common animals. So with this, we want to sort of keep that in mind. We're going to be doing something that doesn't look like anything else, hopefully. But these will be good references. That is over the top, but I like it. Okay, let me try to find, here we go. One more. Okay. And that will be our board. Please do a ferret type animal. Maybe. That would actually be interesting. Maybe that'll be what we do here. Because I would imagine ferret will hunt with mice, right? What do ferrets do? They are strict carnivores. Good. That'll help for this. I mean, not good to strict carnivores, but good that this will help with our world here. Okay. Okay. We might look into that. It'll be difficult to make something tiny like that while getting across the looks that we want. I can totally see this being a thing. I'm thinking just do something with a long body here. But I can totally see that being a thing. We'll go with this guy. I could imagine like a sneaky one, right? Let's get a better one. Not much better, but yeah. Maybe some kind of sneaky thing. think that could be right. Okay. Love a game devil. I keep up the good work. Well, thank you. Snake game, but a giant ferret. But a snake game, but a ferret. Snake game, but yeah. A ferret or a badger. Oh, a badger would be good. I don't want to look it up. Oh, I need to get to work. Oh, come on. One more. We'll go looking for a badger. We'll get started here in just a second, I promise. Badger. we're just gonna grab one really quick. We're gonna grab two because this other one's really good. I'm thinking bigger head though, but I like where this is going. Oh, and we'll grab this. And we'll grab this. I don't think we're gonna make them sophisticated. Like the mice, you can see the mice have the tools and stuff. I think this is gonna be a primitive creature, but very cool. Ah, with claws like Wolverine. Don't get me started. Let's get started now. We're gonna draw this on a new layer. Okay. We're gonna say, we're just gonna call this what? A predator? What it's called? Okay. You could also take some ideas from Greek mythology, like a minotaur. We could. I've been looking into actually like a history stuff like that, like Greeks and Romans and stuff. Been doing a lot of that lately. Very interesting stuff. All right. So let's go. We'll make it here. Okay. So I want this to be bigger than the mice. Maybe not too much bigger though. Bigger than the player. Maybe by not too much. This is not going to be a behemoth monster. Let me pull up my grid. Parry the platypus. Why do I get the feeling this is going to look cute despite its intent to be intimidating? Because I have a tendency to do that. These mice people started out. They were going to be enemies in the caves, but I made them too cute. And I didn't figure people would enjoy that. So, we'll go with something like this. I do want... Okay. Now, I'm thinking about shape-wise, which is not something I typically do, but I think we're going to do it here. And I'm thinking we either want to do triangles or squares. Triangles would be good for sort of a mischievous kind of thing, like a snake, or something untrusting. Like if we go the sneaky route, and triangles would be good for that. Rat people go against the mice people, but that's not original. Well, it'd also be difficult to tell them apart. Like we just make bigger versions and they'd look pretty similar, so I don't want to do that. I was gonna do rat people at first, but I made them really cute mice instead. Something that hunts those mice. Also have been binging your videos. Love your process. Thank you. Yes, that is the process. We are drawing the predators to the mice. Lizard man. No, I don't want to do lizard man. I want to do something big and bulky. When I think lizard, I think sort of not really what I want to do here. So I think we are going to go with a sort of square shape in that regard. I do like the villainous sort of slithering type thing, but I think we're going to go with bulky. Just joining the stream. Welcome to the stream dispenser. Like I said, I want to have a big British body, and the arms will sort of come down. And then we'll have like this sort of like tiny body in the back here. Maybe these are burrowers. So they do a lot of digging with their hands. Gotta say, great to see you, G. Well, thank you. Welcome to the stream, bud. Let's see. We're gonna be doing the quarter facing silhouette first. Let's bring this down here a bit. Let me pull up my references so I can see them again. So like a badger mole from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I haven't watched it, so I don't know what that would be. But badger was brought up. We're looking at badgers. And bear was brought up. I'm thinking more like a bear. Fucking underground bear. Let's get this slanted going a bit. What kind of? I'm trying to think about the head. The head might not pop up too much actually. Because it might, the shoulders might sort of overtake that in that regard, and we want a good. We want to. I'm working on the silhouette first, sort of, so that it can more easily stand out. I really like this. What I'm looking at here is this bear's pose. I really like this pose, and so that's sort of what I'm going for here. Oh, drop bears. What would I drop bears? Let's see. I think instead of having that on the ground, we have a section here. Could also do like moles. We have Cthulhu mole already, so we want to be careful with that, but something like that. But yeah, it could be a mole creature, because I do think, we're not, like I said, we're not recreating a creature. We're making something of our own design. Adding pallbearer to, no, not that kind of bear. Pallbearer is going to be an Easter egg, but he's going to be he's going to be done differently. Well, let me get my preview going. Didn't know he was still different. Yeah, I just uploaded a video a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen it. Okay. Do really would love to watch stream, but have some work on my own game to do, and ADHD did not help with both at the same time. So I'll mute you and see your progress in my Pomodoro brick. Oh, Pomodoro is so good. Oh, I'm a big fan of the Pomodoro. There's going to be, if you're still here, we have notes to add a Pomodoro quest. Hold on. Here. Yeah. So, it's talking about an NPC that it gives you a bunch of tasks to do in a short amount of time. So you'll do that, and then you'll take a break, and then he'll give you another task, and we'll go back and forth between that. So, yeah, very good videos, my friend. Well, thank you very much. Starting Pomodoro focus session in 2 minutes. Pomodoro is it's so good. Like anybody else, like wondering what Pomodoro is, look into it. It is like the answer to productivity. It is so good. Yeah, that's how I get so much done. Let's bring that back a little bit. I kind of like where this is going. And I'm kind of seeing it to look kind of like a troll, which I think is cool. We could do that. We still want it to be very different, because even fantasy creature would want to do our own thing here. Scale, how big might you go? Are you limited with a hitbox? I can go as big as I want. Hitbox not, but like if you mean collision wise, no. This is not going to follow you out anywhere, I don't think. We can consider because if you watch the old series, you know that there is like a pet thing intended. And so if we want to make this a sort of pet that can follow you around, we have to consider that, like going through doors and stuff. But no, it looks like it's going to be within this area here, this 16 by 16. And I don't think we're going to do any doorways. Like, well, we might if we do interiors and stuff, like interior doors, unless we make them double doors. Unless make all of them like double tiles. Excuse me. They could be very territorial. Leave you alone when you get to. No, we need a hostile enemy. The mice are territorial. If you get too close to the mice without a good relationship to them, they will start attacking you. Oh, pet nice, yeah. It's sort of like, it's not. I would like if I wouldn't like start getting images of Pokemon and capturing Pokemon and stuff like that. It's more of I'm thinking of changing it from how I had it in the old series. And I'll explain why in a second. But I'm thinking of instead leaning more towards some of my favorite games, like Legend of Mana and Azure Dreams, which is sort of, not this one specifically, but prior to this game, I was trying to create a sort of pet game inspired by that, like a little roguelike pet game. The idea being that like you'd go into this little castle tower or something like that, and you'd gather up eggs, and then you could bring them back and hatch them. And so that's what I'm thinking of. And one of the reasons why is because it's difficult to know. Like I don't really want to implement a taming mechanic, and it would be tricky to do it. Like previously, I think I was going to have it to where you give pets their favorite food, and that could tame it. But like, then you have to worry about wikis and people just searching the favorite food, and how do you know which one is tameable? All this other headache stuff, and I don't want to make it to where everything is tameable, because there's going to be some pretty big monsters that you have to fight, and stuff like that. So instead, what I want to do is probably do eggs, and so you can find eggs in the dungeon, and then you can take them back and you can bring them back to your base and sort of hatch them there. That hand is tricky to get across how I want it to do. I think that might work. If we do like a little jaggy there. Something like that. Yeah, I think that works. Now it's hard to imagine the silhouette because it's I don't know what to do with this hand here, because I'm imagining it sort of tucked in, but I don't want to bring it down here and sort of ruin the silhouette, do I? Can I do that? What if I bring this over here a little bit? What about claws, weapons, Wolverine's Marvel-like really close combat? Oh, you're talking about for the player? Maybe. I could see that. How about you actually finish the project before starting a new one? Have you tried that? This isn't a new project. I'm still working on requests, if that's what you're talking about. But here's the thing, man. I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. And if I want to start a new project, then that's on my own damn business. How about that one? And so maybe you should mind your own business. If you want to start one project, go through it all the way, then you go right ahead and do that, man. This is me doing my thing, having fun, letting you watch. Anyhow. Yeah. Then piss off. I think we'll bring his arm down, actually. Give him a flower. You know what? That's a really cool idea. We could absolutely make this like a flower creature. You are here. Welcome to here, bud. What do you think about isometric art for games? Do you do sometimes? I have not done it. It's all right. I'm not a big fan personally. Like, I don't know. I just don't like the visuals of it too much. There's some of it that's really good. There is an artist that I really like that does some really good isometric art, if I'm not mistaken. The name is really hard to remember. It's like GMW. Yep, GMW 327. They have like the cutest art. Here, I'll just pull this out here. The cutest art. It's isometric and stuff. Really good. This is one of my favorites. Like, really good stuff. So yeah, it can be done well. I'm not too big of a fan. Would not draw it to save my life. Like if I had a choice between this and just croaking over, I would rather do that because it's very tedious in my in what little I have done it. Yeah. I was working on a similar project for my diploma work this year. Could you give some tips about organizing your work and searching for information? Oh, I'm a very chaotic person. I don't organize anything. I'm notoriously chaotic. When I was a kid, I had my desk was just littered. Like I was the kid that had like books spilling out, papers. If you opened a locker, stuff would fall out. I've never been organized. I'm a very chaotic person, and so no, I can't really give advice on that. And searching, no, I'm terrible at searching for stuff too. Notorious, like just I always struggled with like research projects and stuff. It's really hard to search for stuff. The silhouette's giving me a hard time. Creativity can be fun. I agree. Creativity can be fun, I guess. Thank you for this, JMD 3327 following too. Yeah, fantastic artist. My favorite artist, to be honest. Like my favorite pixel artist. Very good. Let's see. I think they're working on a game too, which is something I'm excited to check out. All right. This is a struggle. I think I want to get some muscle definition in here. Actually, one of the things I tend to do is go really smooth with the muscles and stuff. I think we're going to give him a bit of arms. This guy lifts, bro. Will a weapon? Oh, maybe. I wasn't thinking of making them too sophisticated. I wanted to give a sort of primitive predator here against the more sophisticated mice, but I'm not against it. Maybe a lesser, like they're more brutish, like they have very primitive armor and stuff like that. I'm thinking of oh, this is really good. We can pull this out for reference. What is the plan for the silhouette? Give me 1 second. I'll answer that. Oh, what is it called? It's Skyrim Dawnguard Armored Troll. So this guy right here. Google's annoying sometimes. Yeah, this guy here. Something like this. But more of an upper body, more of a focus on the upper body, big brawny arms. We could do something like that. If we do like armors and stuff. Yeah. But I'm thinking we'll go mostly primitive for now. We'll figure that out later if it comes up. We might. But yeah, with the silhouette, the idea here is to try and get these really big arms and this really little body. But and that's what I'm struggling with right now. Because it looks like he's, kind of looks like he's dancing. No, I don't know why. And I sort of want I want him to, his upper body be sort of bulking out and sort of out in front. So maybe I should bring his arms down lower. And the feet should be, I think the feet should be further back. That's going to be, well, maybe. Like, something like that. I like how it looks hunched over already. That's what I'm going for, Gatorbabe. That's exactly what I'm going for. Give him a cute bear beard. Well, yeah, we could give him a beard. That'd be good. Yeah, I'm trying to go for the really hunched look. It looks like he's squatting here, so I think that's because the feet are too far forward. And maybe we should reduce the feet a bit. Maybe we're getting there. What if we bring this up instead? I was going to do that for like the, getting there, it's getting there. It's just, and it looks like he's got his butt in the air though. What if we bring it down? What about a boulder bash? A play on boulder dash. Could crash around like a big stupid air hockey puck or something. Maybe. As a cliche thing, I don't know that I would want to start with it. Especially early on, I want to sort of set myself up as like, we're doing creative new things here, like enemy-wise. So I want to avoid too many cliche things. But we could do something like that later on. Okay, so one of the things, I think why it looks like he's crouching is because the feet are coming forward like that. Well, I think they should be. This is trickier than I expected it to be. Oh, hello, I've made it in time. Welcome to the stream room. Okay. Kind of makes him look human, maybe. I do think, okay, for the head, I think I want to make it broad in the back and sort of a little, not triangular, but a little more squared off. I don't want to make it real, or maybe the other way around. That might work. Let's bring the head back a little more. No. This is rough. Let's move. I don't want to get rid of it now. Here, let's move on for something. We might come back to that in a second. Let's try something out because I'm not feeling it. What other pose could we do then? We could try a bipedal one. Do you think that if you spent less time procrastinating and more time focusing on a single project, that you could be more successful and not just being an underachiever? I feel like I am quite successful in what I do. I don't know what you're talking about. The thing about it, yeah, I enjoy what I do. Maybe we go with a broader body. Well, I'm talking about the fact that I'm not working on Request right now. Well, I mean, I'm working on it, but the fact that it's not the main project. And that's also the thing. Like, if this is a multi-year project, it's going to take me at least 2 years to make it. I'm not going to work on this project for the entire 2 years. I change projects. I don't even announce it all the time. Take it easy, but like I have a lot of little projects that I enjoy working on, and I believe that's the way to do it because I'd get bored if I work on the same project all the time. I start game jams, I do weekend projects, and I enjoy it. Oh. I kind of like where that's going. I can imagine sort of a blind mole-like creature, especially being in the dark cave. We have to be careful with moles because we already have a rather famous. It is a hobby. That is exactly it. That is, thank you. It's a hobby that I am letting y'all, like, just making videos on streaming, getting y'all to feedback. Like, this, it's a hobby. Like, I have other work that I do. This isn't it. Cthulhu Mole by my beloved is such a good. I'm trying to find it now. But even if it wasn't, like I said, it's a request wasn't working. Like I wasn't happy working on it. Like I'm still going to do it. I'm going to do it because a lot of people expect it. The Discord community loves it, but like that's the reason why I'm still doing it. I'm not happy with it. It's not something that I enjoy working on, and I'm not confident in it as much as I would be. I'm not gonna still. It's going to be a good game. Like I played it to get when I did the footage for the other video. I played it. I was like, this is more fun than I remember. You work in the industry. I did some freelance work, yes. And I was playing. I was like, this is more fun than I remember. And so I think it's gonna be good. It's just it's not where my heart's at, and that's fine. Because just because you start a project doesn't mean it's going to work out. And that's another thing. The sunk cost fallacy. You've got to know when to drop something. You can't just be working on it. I mean, I'm still I'm still gonna be working on it, but like my heart's not there. And it's a short game. It's not gonna take that long to make. It's gonna take longer now because it's not the main project. It's something that I work on periodically. But you have don't be afraid to drop a project. It's important that if you don't feel like it's gonna work out, then to move on. I do think it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be mediocre. Like I don't like. It's not my type of game. Basically, we'll put it that way. But people in my Discord are really excited for it, so I'm gonna finish it for them. But this is where my heart is at. Hobby or not, it makes you happy to do what you want. Thank you. And I got distracted here. Looking for characters. If it's here, I don't know that I moved it over here. I don't think I did. Maybe. Not there. Enemies, perhaps. No, I have to find it in the old one then. But yeah, like there's a lot of that going around. People like if you drop a project, then you're a quitter or whatever. But sometimes projects need to be dropped. Not request, talking in general. Sometimes the project needs to be dropped, and you shouldn't be afraid of that. You should figure it out earlier than later. Like if you were working on request and it took you this long to figure it out, then that's not a good thing. I didn't work on it that long though. How long did I work on it? It wasn't but a few months. Yes, if I gotta get content. When did I upload the first video? It was September 3rd. The last video was November. Like, I made videos for a month and a half. I probably worked on the game for another month. That's not bad at all. If you can figure out that a game's going to work or not within 3 months, and it's that game I expected it to take a little over a year and a half. I think that's a good time. I've done like 5 projects, about 6 months each. I've worked on projects that take about 6 months each before moving on to something else. Yeah. 8 to 12 hour days. The request wasn't in. I don't think I worked on it that much. I don't remember. Usually I work about, it depends, times and stuff, but usually it's about 3 or 4 hours a day. So then I'd take my days off, I'll work on it most of the time. I've done most of the game jams. Yeah. I think you're wanting to do something else, though, ain't you, remember? You want to do like programming or something, like just like actual software development. Here it is. Well, that is, but characters. So now I have like 5 unfinished projects, but I still get a little bit of revenue on each. Really, you get revenue on unfinished projects. How do you do that? Do you have like have you pushed them an itch or something like that? Early access. Oof. if you did early access, you should finish them. You got people that have paid for it. And that's the thing, like and that's the thing with me. Like when I take somebody's money for it, Phil. When I take somebody's money for a game, then I absolutely will finish it. I got you. That's ad supported. Well, I mean, it depends on what you can, like what state of the game is in. Like it's fine if you want to cut a game to a point, like you wanted to do this, but you don't feel like it's going to get there. That's fine. So I guess it depends on where it's at. Where is he at? No, that's the very first enemies I drew for Zona Curse Streamer. You can see the Sprout made it. This is like the only one that made it, I think. This guy, I want to do something with him. Because I think that's a really cool concept. Nope. There's some cool stuff here, though. We're going to port over these two, which are going to be summoned, because you have summoned spells. And so these are summoned entities. We talked about those in a stream when we drew those. Really cool concepts. There he is. Cthulhu Mo. So we have this guy, and this guy is going to be like a secret boss. Yeah, very cool stuff. So we have him. So we can't do, if we do moles, it has to be very different, or you have to tie that into it. My original thinking, though, was that he was sort of like his own thing, like not a faction or anything like that, or not of a group of things, just his, his by himself. Love the Cthulhu Mo. Cthulhu Mo's great. I love it when he's wearing a little mushroom hat. He's wearing a little mushroom hat. And welcome to the stream, Michigans. Let's see. He doesn't want one of these. We had these were supposed to be in the demo, but and I made enemy prototypes for them, but I never got around to doing the art for them. Very cool enemies. You can see here the concept of it is that you have this guy, and then he throws his hat, and you've got, like, you can see his face in this little guy under the hat, sort of screaming. He's a very very angry guy. Like, not angry. Very hyper, very energetic. The little guy you're drawing. Oh gosh, he doesn't. Oh. No, that just got pushed out of the way. You don't have a mushroom hat. We are going to have mushroom creatures in the game, though. Yeah, like we said with here, we have a couple that were designed in the old project, and there's an entire subterranean level. It's cute though. We're gonna do it though. You know what? That would be cool to have, like, a guy with little tiny mushrooms on his head. Like that. There. And we can just do a bunch of those. I really like that idea. I'm going to make a note of that. Let's see. I mean, with lots of little mushrooms, we could actually work that in. Might even do it with this guy. Maybe. And that could fit into, like, the into the lore of everything. Do you follow Thin Matrix? He stopped a project almost midway. Was that the city building project? I don't like. I'm aware of Thin Matrix, and I've been meaning to look into his videos because he has this very peaceful vibe, right? And that's something I want to actually study because me, I've always done this sort of high energy thing, but I want to sort of slow it down for some of this stuff, and I'm very curious as to how he does it, and has like maintains his audience, like keeps them engaged and watching the videos and gets his view counts and stuff like that. Yeah, the silly bitter. Yeah, I didn't know he dropped that. I do know, like I noticed he was working on something new. What is he working on now? The farming game, wasn't it, or something like that? Imagine mushrooms drops from him. Could do that. Just full of good ideas. Thank you very much. Drops mushrooms. Well, mushrooms could be used for crafting. Yeah, very cool. We want to change the height of this a little bit. Yeah, and then another one. Like that. And we'll have another one here as well, I think. Yeah, I think we're going to go back to this guy then, because I really like where that's going. If I can just figure out this darn silhouette. I think what we can try is to sort of bring this back. Not too much. You know, but yeah, back to Thin Matrix. Like, that's cool. Like, how did he said he worked on it for half a year? Oh, midway. I mean, sometimes you need to drop a project. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because we have this sort of mentality. Oh, there's something Jarky said. Jarky's a good friend of our Discord community. And what he said was, take care, hero. What he said was, paraphrasing here, but like, a drop project just means it wasn't going to make it. Like, the concept wasn't good enough, or something like that. Like, it's not a bad thing just because you drop a project. Now, there is, like, if you're having trouble sticking with a project and you're wanting, that's another thing. I'm actually, I talk about a lot in my server. Like, I get a lot of people asking me, like that kind of question, right? Like, how do they stop from dropping a project? And the first thing I ask them is, like, do you want to stop dropping that project, right? Like, if you're just having fun making stuff, that's cool, man. You do that. If you're trying to make, now if you're trying to run a game dev studio and make a bunch of money off of it, then yeah, you need to be consistent. But if you're just having fun, doing your own thing, then do not feel bad that you drop projects. Don't feel bad that you enjoy the prototype. That's me. I love the prototyping phase more than anything. When, before I started doing game development, I've been programming for about 15 years now. And I've been game programming specifically for about 15 years now. And in all of that, I didn't make a game. And there was times where I felt bad about it. But I mean, to be honest, I was enjoying the process. I just enjoyed prototyping concepts out and putting it to a game that, nobody would play but me. And that's fine, because wasn't my goal to make a game for people to play. It wasn't until I finished my tutorial series, like the last tutorial, that I was like, you know what, I want to make a game. And that's when I set out to make a game. Now, granted, I'm not in a rush to do it. If I was in a rush to do it, I would have made a shorter game. This game is going to take me a couple years to make, and that's fine. I enjoy the process, not the destination, in other words. I think we're getting there. I think this might be getting there. I love these types of live streams. Thank you. Looking forward to it. I want to start learning pixel art, even though I have no experience in art and I don't know where to start, how to approve. There is a link, should be a link in the description, of a book that really helped me click with pixel art. It's called Pixel Logic. There's a link to it in the description. Fantastic book. I highly recommend it. When I picked it up, you have to pay for it. But when I picked it up, like, that was when pixel art really took off for me. I mean, prior to that, I had been, practicing and learning tips and, improving slightly. But that was the book that really helped me there. Okay, I think the silhouette is getting here. So let's start talking about the actual monster itself. What do we want this to look like? I'm thinking maybe some kind of drooling face. I think your Mystic Forest asset is awesome. Well, thank you very much. There's going to be a reference to the Mystic Woods in this game, in fact. It's going to be a little wood area with some like very Fey inspired, like fairies and stuff like that. So it's going to be a fun little Easter egg. And you've only gotten better? Yeah. Mystic Woods was me learning 16 by 16 pixel art. Because prior to that, I was doing request and everything else in 24 by 24. Let's bring this over a bit. And so so I took up Mystic Woods. I was like, you know what? Let's practice and make an asset pack. So that's what we got there. And I enjoyed making the art for that. So here we are with that. This kind of looks like Medusa. I'm getting some Medusa vibes here for some reason. Oh, and I think I want to do a small one on the shoulders. Yeah, I think that'll work. Now, so glad you're back to this game. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad to be back onto it too. I missed working on it. I greatly enjoy working on top-down stuff. Platformers are fun for the physics stuff, but making like enemies and stuff is annoying in platformers. All the pathfinding and stuff like that. There was one thing I was dreading. I still got to do it in request. Is I want to do cutscenes and stuff, and I want to do that. I want to have the player moving around and stuff. So I need to maybe look into pathfinding. I don't know if it needs to be anything too complicated, but I do like to have my options. So I have to look into that and see how viable that would be. But nothing too complicated. Like, I'm not going to navigate a level, I don't think. But I might need the option to, like, jump up platforms and stuff. Detect them. You know what, though? I need to not be thinking about that. Your melee weapon was super inspiring. Made me start working on my game again. Are you talking about, like, the sword swing and stuff? Thank you. Yeah. I really enjoy the freedom from it. Like, something that I don't like in games. And that was an attempt to solve that. Was the fact that, like, a lot of games you'll do your attack animation, and then you'll stop attacking to move. And I always found that frustrating in games. So that's where that came from. Like the ability to move while attacking. Everything else is separately animated. And Hollow Knight. Finally done with meetings for a bit. Welcome back. Hollow Knight is clever in that, and I studied this to figure out how they would do this. It's very quick, but when you swing your sword in Hollow Knight, like your character does this little skip. It's very clever. And I don't think it's something that I could pull off though. Especially with the different types of animations I'm going to be doing, because I'm going to be having like the sword swinging, maybe like a spear thrusting, maybe all kinds of other stuff. Like, let's see, what else would you have? like a giant sword, maybe do some kind of not giant sword, but any kind of giant weapon, do some kind of more exaggerated movement, and so yeah. But I thought holding that was clever the way they did that. Oh, you need something similar for your game? I go for it. It's really good. A lot more games should do it. Because it really is like one of my biggest pet peeves in a combat game is that you have to stop moving to attack. It really makes combat difficult to do. How does this look to y'all, the silhouette? Does it look like a monster? I don't know about the backward looking mushroom though. What if you like the little back mushroom? Oh, that's that one I assume. I don't think forward's gonna work either though. I don't know what I want to do there. Maybe that. Okay. Mushroom troll. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like a mushroom troll. And now I have to figure out how I want to do the face, because I think we're going to do that. So, let's start doing the actual character now. Let's see. What color do we want it to be as well? I want to do something different from brown. Something different from gray, probably. I think we might go with a bit of a purple-ish. So here's the thing, like, bit of the world building stuff here. There's a variety of types of magic, and the mushroom magic you see all the like the purple and stuff here, like the purple here. Is there another one? The big purple mushroom there, and they are like their own type of magic. And so with this guy, we do want to incorporate purple in there. Do you have a panda character? I don't have a panda character. Could be something interesting to do, though. If not a panda character, then something inspired by it. I like the color scheme, maybe. Unless you mean for this guy. Maybe. Let's try this. I think we have it on its own layer. No, that's good enough. Yeah, let's go back. And maybe we could do something like that. I could use like this here. Let me look for a panda. Maybe white, yeah. A little bit of white right there. I think we'll do something like a panda. Where's my Pinterest at? There it is. So let's pull this guy out. We'll say panda. We'll get some might even look up a fantasy panda. We'll get some regular ones though. Panda's really cute. There. This guy. Go with this too. Okay. I think that'll be good. Okay. About something like a crabulon. Crabulon. I'm getting a bunch of nails, like fingernails. But maybe you mean this? That looks very sophisticated though. And we're trying to stay primitive with this. There's another, I don't know if it looked like all pandas look like that. There's something I'm thinking of that has this sort of marking with the eye and everything else is dark. Does anybody know what that is? This isn't really topic to the stream, but if you intend on having spear weapons, I'd love to see a jump-like ability inspired by the dragoons from Final Fantasy. You could do something like that. I don't know that I'm going to do this, but I would like to do some abilities. I think Legend of Mana had this, where like you could get abilities in your based on what weapons you were using. And I know Dragon Dogma did this, where you could sort of do that. The reason my thinking is here is like, how do we, like UX wise, like how do we pick the abilities and stuff like that? How do you learn the abilities? That's my concern with that. You know what I'm gonna do? Before I do that, I want to keep this here. I want to keep that there, and I want to start working on shading first. So the body is here. The mouth is here. I do want to capture the mouth. I think I want to have some kind of drooling type thing. So maybe we'll give him little pink lips. And I want him to be really happy, like he's really happy to see mice. Something like that. A bigger smile. And I'm thinking of what other markings we could give him. Like, I want to do the eye here. That's the shoulder, I think. We might have to change it up a bit. Or maybe. I think we'll go with a higher shade here. Panda, but it's just an animal with panda color scheme. Yeah, we're just going with the sort of, it's not even a panda color scheme. Pandas have white heads with black eyes, and it looks like the arms and shoulders are black, and as is the legs, and the body is white. We're just going with the sort of white here on the eyes, maybe white hands. This is not, we're just laying shading down for now, right now. I don't know if this is the colors that we'll go with. The eyes are a little hard to see though. Other than the ability to subdue them. Could you imagine this guy as a pet, just rolling around? Okay. What about an axolotl inspired critter? Could look at that. Axolotls are cute. Okay, now the head. Which engine do you use? I use the Godot engine. Could always go with Om too if you want to be a little creepier form of Fae. Om. I do like not here. We're gonna be doing Fae stuff in the Mystic Woods area, but I do enjoy Fae inspired things. What'd you say? Is it Om? Could always go with an Om. Okay. Om seems like it'd be hard to find. Oh, I see what you're talking about. That's very interesting. Oh, does it not have eyes? This is a really good picture too. I will pull that up for y'all to see. Could you imagine? I can see this being doing something like this in the caves, or don't have any eyes or anything. Well, it was something I wanted to do also with the other one. I wanted to give them big eyes, which will solve the problem about not being able to see his eyes. Let's go with a red mouth. Maybe give him a bit of like a... Ever use libgdx? I've never heard of it. Okay, I think we're going to do a patch here on the shoulder, perhaps. Okay, now we have the arm looks weird, I think. And I think we're going to do some of these is red. Like I said, we do need to incorporate some purple into these, so that fits with the lore. That looks unique. It's something. We're getting there. That is the idea, though. It's meant to look unique. Like nothing that it can be compared to. I think I wanted to have one like here. Like what? Oh, no, I don't know what I said. I think I just mumbled a bunch of words. It's not meant to look like anything in specific. You like it so far? Well, thank you. Make it that he is only mouth. We could have a big mouth creature. Not this creature, but let me pull up the notes. Creature is a giant mouth. That's a really cool idea. Kind of makes me think of a beholder, but just a mouth. Probably has a bunch of teeth, maybe. Like, yeah, very smiley too as well. Which is, I think I'm noticing a trend with a lot of my stuff. Okay. And then I want to put in some of these so that we can see that they're mushrooms. Might be one of the most noisiest creatures that I've done though. Like, my concern is that it's hard to maybe see. Like, we're still in the process, but there's a lot going on here, and it might be difficult to make out what it is exactly. Let's go with that. I think, yeah, let's go down here like that and cut that out. And what if we give him like some kind of claws? How can I do that? This guy's something else. I think one of the reasons why it's this sort of dual shading going on here, I think if we cut this out a bit, it might improve it. Oh, the more he eats, the bigger the mushrooms get. That would be a good bit of work to do. So I don't know that I want to do that. That's a lot of animation stuff. Now, I need to transition to this. I would go ahead and go for it. I just know the shading's not work, but we can also bring this back. Like that. Yeah, it's hard to read. What if we give him white tummy? And then we can come in with this. It's really hard to say though. Oh, this guy sure is on mushrooms. Now I want a toy that looks like him. That's a joke I made a long time ago. Was that I was unintentionally making a very merchandisable enemies. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I think the light is, I think it's too, let's bring this up a bit. Yeah. Might be too dark is why. I'm also not seeing his other leg. Which was the trouble, is because I was trying to show it without like, without it messing with the silhouette. But that seems fine. Yeah, I think that works. It'll look even better when we get it figured out. This guy. Oh, this mushroom in the face might be too much, though. Little monster thing. Looking like a panda mole. It's kind of, somebody said panda, so that's sort of the color scheme we went with. How long do you think you need to animate him? Yes. I'm not going to be animating on stream because animation takes a while. And then I've got to do, now I have to do front and back, which is just, ugh. So, I don't know. And his animation, I know I'm going to want to make him good and bouncy and happy and jolly. Like he's just tearing into these mouse people without a care in the world. Poor mice. I think I want to try to give him a bit of arm definition here. Is that what I went for? So it is. So it is. I didn't know I was using gray on the mushrooms there. It's the funny thing about colors. Yeah, that arm is not working out. We need to, maybe we need to bend it? You love him? Nice. It's good to hear. Yeah. I think I want to shape him a little more. He doesn't have the shape that I want. Like I want him to I want him to look like, I like that he looks like an enemy, but I also looks really cute. And so I want to try to go with that. And I want to sort of lean into the really cuteness of it without making him another passive enemy. Tech cabbage. You can try to make the arms look like old school Looney Tunes bulldog arms. That's what I'm going for. I'm trying to get in and work in a bit of. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to work in a bit of muscle definition there. I was just trying to push him away a little bit first before we worry about that. So I think that's exactly what I'm trying to go for. This is funny because that was the exact image that I had in mind as well. Because I was thinking of this sort of like, maybe that will do something like that. What was that other one? Let's get rid of that. Yeah, let's bring it back down. Like that. And maybe we'll curve this up a bit. Like that. I think that works. Does that work there? I think that works. What do y'all think of that 1 pixel? Yay or nay? Yay on the pixel. There. Nay. Mr. Videos, love seeing your game come to life. Can't wait to see more and more eventually. Yay on the pixel. I'm on the fence. What if we shade it? What if we bring it up and shade it? Shade really helps. It looks funny to me. Like it looks. Don't look right. I like where it's going. I just don't like where it's at. What if I just get more area here? That might work. It looks a little blocky. A little, banded, I think. Yeah, it looks like he's leaning his arm forward. Pulling a black pixel, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, maybe. How about this one? Yeah, it's looking like he's bringing his arm in like that. What if we take it out? Okay. It still feels like he's bringing his arm in, but I think we can fix that if we mess with this. Hello, what's up? What's up? We're drawing this little critter here. Pushing pixels around. I think that works. I think it works. This. Oh. It kind of looks like a thumb. I like it. Big mushroom drug guy. No, not a drug guy. Just a mushroom guy. Just arrived. At first glance, I didn't know it was his arms. I think it was a giant mushroom rabbit with long legs, long ears, slapping people. Well, it's still like we're still refining it and everything. I think when we add what color with that? I think if we add a bit of this to sort of define it, I think it might help. Especially if we bring this out a bit more. All right, ears, round panda ears. No, they talking about these are mushrooms. We'll be working on those in a little bit, if that's what you're confused about. Okay. We're going to get rid of a bit of that. I think it's making the face hard to determine. And that kind of looks like a stripe now that I look at it. Here, what if we go with the flesh color? I think we're going to bring this out a bit more. No, I don't like that all the mushrooms... Oh, they're kind of on his back, ain't they? I can imagine them being on his back. I do want to define the face a little more. You make a lava cave? There might be some lava going on in the depths of the cave. Because the subterranean layer is expected to go kind of deep. And so we could probably play around with that. I think that could be fun. It's not something that I'm going to be working on for a while, though. On the mushrooms off to the side, you varied the color for the dots, it looks like. I think that could look good on the critter. Oh, it's like putting these on the critter. Well, it was sort of the thinking with the thing here. I wonder if we could do that instead. What does that look like? I think it makes it easier to see. What do y'all think of that? And then if we go with like a something here. Hello, Greg. Hello. You could give it a single white hair on the top of his head, like the mushroom that grows out of his ants infected with cordyceps. That would be cute, I think. Interesting. Oh, that's a cool idea in general. That's something we could play around with. Let me look at that. Why did you change the art style of your game? I explained that briefly in the last video if you haven't seen it. But long story short, the old art style, it was a 24 by 24, which has taken a long time, which if in an already overscoped game. So doing the 16 by 16, it's gonna be quicker to do. But also, this is a long-term development, and I'm learning in the process. Because when I started as a customer, I was very new to art, pixel art and stuff. And so this is, me getting better over time. And so the art style is it's going to dramatically change. Even now, what we're seeing now, it's going to look very different from when the game is actually finished. Because the game's going to take a couple more years to finish. Let's see. And think about that. Anytime. Like the old one is only in development for like a year? Even less than a year? First day of development was in July, if I'm not mistaken. And the last development was around April. So yeah, a few months shy of a year, and all of that was all, you know. You look at how much it changed in like 9-10 months, and I've got 2 more years, roughly. That's not an ETA. That's a wild, you know. It could be longer, it could be shorter. Of development expected. So it's gonna change. Like this, yeah, this is very different from what it's actually going to look like. How do you feel about the fact that making the game will take you so long? I'm like, I'm all about the journey, not the destination. I could work on this game for, well, I will probably get bored of it eventually. But theoretically, at this point in time, I could work on this game for 20 years and not get bored. And that's my mindset right now. It doesn't make it true. Like I said, I would get bored of it eventually, but I am in no rush with this game. This is just me having fun. And y'all are along for the ride. I want to have a, no, I can have it like this one. Like this could be a claw. It's hard to see, but we could let it be one, maybe. Any thoughts on releasing game and releasing subsequent expansions modules? Yeah, so that's something I've been playing, that's an idea I've been playing around with lately. Because there is a lot of stuff that I want to do that may not be essential to the game. Dark purple in place of black. Yeah, we'll probably do that. I'm like, I have been moving towards away from black outlines, maybe doing some colored ones, but I'm still going to prototype in black because it's easier. I don't have to think about it. But yeah, that's something I've been thinking about because there is a lot of extra content that I would be fun to do, but I'm not too worried about it. Like and so the idea there is that after I release the game, especially if it does well enough, if it does well enough to fund some free DLC, I'd be happy to do it. You know, we'll have to see how when we get there. The idea is like I could work on some. That looks good. I could work on just free DLC, sort of like official mods, to add to the game without bloating the main game. And so that you could take what you need, you know, like, oh, this sounds really cool, let me add that kind of thing. But that is neither here nor there. But it is something that I'm considering. Because like I said, I enjoy developing this game. Even after I finish it, I'm still going to continue working on things. Like, not finish it, but publish it. I'm going to continue working on things. Adding things over time and whatnot. So, yeah. And one of the ways I'm thinking of doing that is with free DLC, because I don't think paid DLC does really well for indie developers. But with free DLC, be like, oh, that's cool. I can get some extra content. If it does well. If it doesn't do well, then I'm going to move on to a different game. A shorter game, probably. Because I would like for this to be a full-fledged career at some point. But that is something to worry about later. Right now, we're just having fun. Do you have any plans to make more art designing streams in the future? Yes, I plan to return to streaming because it's something I really enjoy doing. Really love interacting with y'all and getting y'all's opinions and getting y'all's help. Because honestly, this monster probably would not look anywhere near as good without y'all's help. Because this is some really good stuff, like the Mushikin suggesting the mushroom stuff. Would not have done that on my own. So it's a really fun process to do with y'all. Also, can't wait to see more. Thank you. I don't know how often it'll be. I used to stream every week, but the problem with that is it starts eating into like actual development time for time that I should be spending working on mechanics and stuff like that, of which there's going to be plenty. So I need to make sure that I have plenty of time for that. And so what ended up happening last time was we'd make streams for stuff that I don't even need. Like I made some NPCs that we never even needed. I mean, we are going to use them eventually. There's some really cool stuff. Let me find them right quick. It's one of my favorites. Oh yeah, Lord Cambert. We made him. We don't even, he wasn't going to be in the demo probably. Well, yeah, I might have put him in there, but he's in like a different town. We don't need him right now, but that's Lord Cambert right there. You know, we didn't even need him. I need something to stream today. So we made him. And so that became a bit of an issue that I want to avoid this time around. So I'll stream when I need something, probably. But that should be pretty frequently. I really enjoy doing these. And like, there's plenty of stuff we need to do right now. I want to make that jaw bigger. But yeah, like I've got to do these caves. I've got to do these caves. I've got to do the Nightmare Realm. So we have to, you know, draw some stuff for that. I don't know if I need this for the demo. It's possible if you've played the demo, you know that the Nightmare Realm starts to the veil between the reality and the Nightmare Realm starts to shred. And so there is a possibility. It was something that I wanted to do in the old demo, was to sort of have you take a little peek into the Nightmare Realm. And so I don't know if we do that, then we would need it, but it's not an essential thing. I do kind of like where it ends, where it's like, well, let's go, and then bloop, and then it's off right there. I think that's a very cool cliffhanger. But the point with that was to be like, to show you what's at stake. Because when you step through the world, you're going to get like this nightmarish vision of the town. But like, if, you know, this is what's at stake. Hope you're ready. Also, can't help but notice that you've gone to the banded light system. I definitely prefer it. Yes, I went with that. Looks more retro-ish, which is what I'm, you know, really wanting to go towards that. Like this whole, yeah, I like it. Now I don't mind like more in-depth lighting systems in retro games. I think it actually looks quite nice if done right. I don't know. I don't see it done often enough, and I want to be like, well, let me do it then. So I think that'll be fun. It does have restrictions, unfortunately, because one of the reasons I was leaning towards the actual light like this is deeper down we go into the caves, it's going to become more luminescent. It's going to be a lot of glowing stuff and everything. That's going to be trickier with a banded light system because you can't really combine the two without getting weird. I'll have to play around with it and see. But yeah. Because I think we're here. I think I have. I think I have. No, I used to have like that chest used to be lit up, and you could see the merging of the two. And it doesn't really work as well if you've got different colored lights. And so the idea with the lights would be sort of bluish and purplish and whatnot. Hello, howdy. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you have your priorities in order. Let's see. He was working on the puppet boss. Yeah, and the puppet boss. Yeah, the puppet boss we're not going to need for a while, you know. I made a drawing of him, actually. We did some... let me show you that right quick. We do on our Discord. We have occasionally we do these things. We had, I think it's this one, 100-day challenge, where we was doing like 100 days of art. I didn't finish it, but you know, whatever. But there's some cool stuff in here. I want to pull this up. I think I can. Yeah. So like, I drew Mad Catter there. Really like that one. That was inspired by Marrero when he did his. You've seen that in the video if you watched it. And then that one. It's really nice. I'm going to try to get better at the like actual drawing and stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I did all this. That was to practice. Because I want to do, for the Kickstarter, I'm probably going to do some like some hand drawings and stuff like of enemies. And I think that'd be nice. That was terrible. But I'm working my way up. This is really good. I like that one. Working my way up. Because Simon told me to draw something cute. Because prior to this, you'll see things get a little grisly. I have a bit of a darker aesthetic that I really like. There's a little puppet doll. And then there's here. I did this one. And I even did a little thing of him, which was cool. Yeah. Cool stuff. I think you made an accidental line, if I'm not crazy. What are we talking about? Talking about that? That's intentional. It's meant to divide his arm from his body. So what are you doing today? Today we are drawing this little guy here. I think we're going to pull these up a bit like that. Yeah, I think that works. I like this guy. Oh, the mushroom right of face. How does all of that look? The mushrooms. How easy is that to read? We should work on it a little more. It might help a bit. Oh. What if I went with that instead? Oh, there's some of the mushroom. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. I don't know how that happened, to be honest. Must have clicked something. Oh, thank you. Let's see. I'll go with that. And then we'll add in some of these darker ones. Break it up a bit. Might add a bit more here. Might have to play with these a bit more. Because I do think I want one. Because they all look like they're behind him, which is not. What if we draw this one down? It looks a little weird that they all look behind him. He kind of looks bald when I do that. That's funny. What if I do this and sort of reduce this guy here? Oh, mushroom cap. Or I don't want to do a mushroom cap. I just want to have mushrooms on him. We can do some stuff with the mushroom caps later, but not for this guy. That might work. That might work. I think it looked better before. I don't know, man. I kind of like it. I'm going to add a bit of shading here. I think it could be played around with a bit, but I think it looks better. I think we might want to do it down a little bit. Might even covering that one up. Something like that, perhaps. I think for this, we're going to, instead of just moving it, we're just going to make it a little bigger. Maybe bring it down a bit. Because it kind of does look like a mushroom kept on it. What if you could give one of the mushrooms on him a small stem? Yeah, we could do that. And then make it look a little more like it's it kind of looks like a backwards hat. Should get rid of that. Oh, come on now. Oh, come on now. Thank you. Actually, let's get rid of these as well. Pop that up there, and I think we're going to move this up because it looks like too much like a cap. Something like that, maybe. I think we need to define his face a bit more. No, I think that's fine. You have at least last 30 minutes to go back. Going back to focus time. Not 30 seconds. I was about to say, I think that helped make the mushrooms pop in my opinion. I think it looks good. I think this needs to be a little darker though. And let's give him a bit of shading there to help the head. I like this guy. Maybe bring this out about. No. Okay. Give him shading here. I really like this. I don't know where that green came from. I think, yeah, well, I already read that. Let's see, maybe that's small mushroom on his chin. That's the mushroom around his head because of the mouth execution. Maybe. I don't know how well. Well, I also wanted to do some purple. We have to incorporate that into this. What if we just do purple mushrooms? Oops. See how purple mushrooms look here. I'll figure that out later. Oops. Oh, let's do fake though. On his chin though, because the trouble with that is gonna. It's gonna really clash with the mouth, I think. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work there. Unless we do. Oh no, that's gonna look like the skin. Purple won't blend too much with this body color, yeah. We need to incorporate purple into this somehow, though. Because that's sort of a lore thing with the mushrooms. His body color could be purple. Yeah, let's try that. Or we could do like... I think a light gray, but... I don't know. Go darker than the cat. Purple spots, maybe. I think purple spots might be the way we go. Let's just throw some down and then we'll tweak the colors about. Kind of like the way you changed the shading on to purple but kept the body gray. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Try making his body green and mushrooms purple. Like I'd have to make a new color green unless we do this one. It doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. Not bad. The green looks good. I don't know about the. I don't like the mushrooms though. The green does look good though. Oh, let me. And for this, I'll switch these back. Nope. Yellow, green, orange mushrooms. Well, the thing is, we're trying to work purple into this. Orange mushrooms with green body, high contrast in purple. Yeah, we're trying to get purple into here for lore reasons. Yeah, we might do the purple. Yeah, let's try the purple spots again with this new green. Also, I think the spots might have just not been great. We can play around with it. Oops. Let's try up here. Well, spots might have. When I say spots might not have been great, I meant on my end. We don't have to go overboard. We can probably just throw in a couple. What if? Wait, hold on. What if we did the eyes? I don't think it'll look great, but. Oh, I ditched the other one. I think if we just do a few spots here. That might work. What do y'all think of that? If the skin is purple, then use complementary colors for something else. Like orange, yellow, orange, or something along those lines. Maybe. Let me copy this, because I don't hate this. Could be something to play with later. But, let's get rid of it. Looks good with purple spots? Yeah, I think that could work. It looks like a high frog that jumped into some grape juice. Let's go back to the purple skin. And let's try orange mushrooms. I want to make some new color orange, by the way. So we'll probably adding more orange to the palette. Probably later. I don't want to do it right now. This is meant to be more of a goldish color, but let's try a lighter one. I want something a little more desaturated, I think. Yellow mushrooms. Oh, the yellow mushroom spots. Kind of looks like gold ore. Or we could try yellow here. That's really bright. What if we do a higher contrast? What about green? I'm thinking we're going to go with this one. On this one, let's try blowing back to gray for a second. Let's see what that looks like. Was it this one I used? I like the green and gray a bit. I wish the gray would work out more. Could work out more. Oh yeah, it's 3 lives. Out of curiosity, how do you plan on it, or if you plan to implementing traditional fantasy races? Which one do you like, Campbell? Races, I don't know yet. Like, I don't think I want to do classical fantasy races. Like we have, I think we're just going to do, like, quirky things. Like, we have these little mouse people. We have, if I find it. I think it might be in the ASC. We have these little snail people that we talked about. So I think we can play with that. We had little... we've talked about previously about having little mushroom people deeper into the forest. Stuff like that. Like, I don't think I want to do, like, dwarves and elves. I want to make... Instead, I just want to do my own quirky little thing. But there will be different races. Just... I don't know about playable races, because that would mean I would have to make armor for each and every playable race. I don't think I want to do that, because I'm probably going to be making, you know, hundreds of different clothings and armors and stuff like that. The snow people are awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited about those. I'm going to have to redraw them, I think, because they're really big, or we keep them really big. There's some things I don't like. I don't like the shading in the legs. That's something we could do on another stream sometime. Rework these streams. Or I might do it on Discord. Sometimes I stream on Discord if y'all want to join there. I've got a... Oh... I've got here. We have a little, sometimes I have a little streaming. Don't always talk, but you know. Interesting take on a mushroom monster. Do you have a slime? A very stereotypical monster. I do, and it's a little different. I have this guy, and I drew him somewhere else with like a little sword in or something. The idea of being that, you know, like the skull is animated inside the slime. I didn't want to do just like a generic slime. I wanted to do something different. And so I really like that. And I think I did that. I think I drew that when I was redrawing some, or when I was drawing some of the enemies and stuff for this. Here. Yeah. So I played around with that a little bit. So, we'll see. Love me some slime. Slime people are also based whenever they're included and stuff. Some slime people could be interesting. If never even thought about that. Let me look at slime people. Yeah, with me, like, I don't mind generic, but I do like to have a little bit of a spin on it. Slime people is a good idea. Sometimes generic great things are great. But yeah. Well, we're going to be doing this guy at some point too. I'm looking forward to that one. But I think that's where I'm going to end the stream. How long have I been streaming for? Oh, well, 2.5 hours almost. So yeah, thank y'all for streaming with me. Well, thank y'all for watching this stream and helping me out with this. I'll be animating this guy at some point. I think, I don't know. I'm torn between. Which one do y'all prefer? Green or gray? Have you watched Artificial's video called Pixel Animation Reinvented? You can implement a system like that to your sprites, and it would speed up making the armor later. I'm doing something. I don't know. I haven't seen their video. I've heard of it because it was pretty popular, wasn't it? I talked about this earlier in the stream. I'm doing a thing. It's easier. I still don't want to have to do it for everybody though. So like, take I already have it here. Like, take the helmet for example. That's all I have to draw for the helmet. That's all I have to draw for that. You know. That's all I have to draw for that hair. That's all I have to draw for the armor. You know, very simple. But like, I don't want to have to do that for 5 different people. You know, I could just, you know, it's possible, very much possible that I could do that. I don't want to. So we'll have to see. Gray purple still calls me somehow. I love the green, but I think I'm agreeing with you. Like when we left it, I was like, green's really nice, and now I don't know, gray's kind of, I'm feeling the gray. So that might be what we end up going with. All right. Could always have both though, like a powered up version. I don't want to do like a palette swap though. Whenever I power something up, I want to do something completely different. Like we have I don't think I have it open. Yeah, we have the buff sprout, which you'll see later on in the game, which is great. And that's an undead version of this guy. So you'll see that in like the undead army. Cool stuff. Yeah, cute rats or mice, but thank you. Y'all take it easy. Boop.